myofascial release, why it's important and why you should care. As we know, the fascia is extremely important in regards to your health, your well-being, your hydration, your movement, your expression of emotions. Therefore, if there are restrictions in your fascia, it's going to affect your strength, your mobility, your efficiency, your energy, your emotions, your mood, your organs, your nerves, basically everything. The fascia is a 3D web or network of collagen fibers. It creates a kind of matrix structure that wraps around every single thing in your body. This includes the organs, the nerves, the muscles, the bones. It organizes structure and communicates with everything. So working with your fascia primarily is always going to be number one. Therefore, doing myofascial release is incredibly important. It's not just for people who train a lot, it's not just for athletes, it's for everybody. Because you have a body, because you exist day to day, and because you move or don't move, you need to be doing myofascial release. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how to do it, why it's important, and at the end I'm going to give you a small follow along for 2 of the myofascial releases that I'm going to show you today. This is going to be the first video in a series of videos where I demonstrate different myofascial techniques, different areas of the body, why it's important and how it affects every part of your body and therefore how you move. To do myofascial release, you're going to need some kind of tool. All these tools here are for myofascial release, including these. To start off with, we're going to use one of these 3 balls. You can either use a tennis ball. This is quite a soft, spongy, well, it's not that soft. It's quite hard actually, but it's still spongy. This is a hard hockey ball, and then we have a golf ball. All you're going to be doing is connecting the balls to some part of your body and massaging that part of your body. Now, when you do myofascial release, you're breaking up the adhesions, and there's pockets of water stored within the fascia, so you're releasing that stored water, releasing that energy, and emotions move through the fascia. Fascia is water-based, electricity moves well through water, emotions are like electricity or energy, they move through water, they move through the fascia. Often where we have adhesions is also where we have stuck emotions in the body. So it's not just about movement, it's also about trauma release, emotional release, and actually truly healing your body and becoming a more whole individual. In this video, we're primarily going to focus on the feet and why it's so important to myofascial release your foot. The foot, the more I learn about it, the more it blows me away. The fascial connection between the big toe and the glute is something that's becoming more and more important. The video after this, I'm going to show you how to do a hyperarch fascial training so that you can recreate the fascial structure of the foot so that when you use your big toe, it actually activates your glute. A lot of people who struggle with glute activation or quad dominant or weak feet or plantar fascia, it's all because that the fascial matrix of the foot hasn't actually developed properly, and the most important and most powerful system of movement in the body, i.e. these, isn't working. And if you can imagine that a fascia connects to everything, it talks to everything, and this isn't functioning, guess what? You're going to have all kinds of problems in your body. So everything I'm going to teach you today needs to be intuitive, which means you need to feel in your body what works, what doesn't work, what you need to do more of, what you need to do less of, which area you really need to feel. So I'm going to give you the framework, and then you need to take that and apply it to yourselves. You can follow the video, you can copy everything, that's fine, but over time you want to develop this understanding intuition within yourself. You really need to feel what's happening for you. You might feel on one side, not much happening. The other side, a lot happening. That is the indication which side you need to spend a bit more time on. You might find it in one spot or a different spot, or on one side more than the other. All of that's totally fine. Everyone's different. The fascia wraps around everything. It's all connected. So feel in your own body what's working and experiment with it. If you're new to myofascial release, you want to go softer. So this ball is the softest one that I have. Again, you can use a tennis ball. And all you're going to do is stand on the ball and roll the foot out, putting pressure on. You can gauge how much or how little pressure that you want to put onto the ball by yourself. Now again, if you're new to this, you just want to start massaging the foot. Because I've been doing this for long, this softball really doesn't do too much for me. I can move easily onto the harder ball and put all of my weight on it. And these days I just focus on the golf ball. I like the golf ball because it's smaller and it can really get into those small muscles of the foot. Now, if you're starting off on the bigger balls, I just recommend going up and down on the foot, also really focusing on the heel, but just start to massage up and down on the foot. If you have a golf ball and you can tolerate a bit more pain, you're going to do small movements. I like to go up and down, across, up and down, across. So you're zigzagging all the way and then really get into the heel. You might feel little clicks and pops. That can be calcification, that can be fascia, adhesions. There are many reasons to feel these things, but it's very important you start doing it. Another very important tip, drink a lot of water. When you're doing myofascial release, you're going to need to drink a lot more water than usual because, one, the fascial system is water-based. You're creating, changes in that structure. It needs resources to rebuild itself. You're also going to be flushing toxins. You're also going to be moving emotions. You're also going to be moving stress. Water is the primary solute for the body. The best solution for pollution is dilution. You need to dilute, flush it out, rebuild, hydration. One of the most important ways to get hydrated is actually to hydrate the fascia. Movement, drinking enough water, drinking structured water, having minerals in your water, and moving the fascia, hydrating the fascia. That 15-minute reset, the organ reset that I made are great ways to start doing this. But again, make sure you drink enough water, make sure you're drinking a high quality water, and make sure you're blessing your water too. So that's the foot. The next thing you're going to work on is the calf. Now, again, because most people's structure of the foot isn't created properly, this is a huge fascial sling. The plantar fascia is a huge connection, and it connects all the way up the different parts of the body. So what happens if this doesn't work properly, the glute doesn't switch on properly, then all of that tension doesn't get redistributed along the foot into the biggest muscle of the body. It goes up into the calf. A lot of the reasons people struggle to grow their calf muscles is because this fascial structure is not working properly. Wearing shoes, wearing the wrong kind of shoes, wearing tight shoes, wearing shoes with the elevated heel, all these different things is stopping your foot from creating the right structures and therefore learning how to move correctly. You can get away with it for a while, but you definitely can't get away with it forever. So what you're going to do for the calf, again, you're going to put the ball this way so you can see. You're going to put your leg on the calf. Now, depending what level you're at, some people will need a little while before they can move to the harder ball. I like to go in the middle. You don't want to be slipping off the muscle. You can thread it a little bit back and forth to feel where the peak of the muscle is, but once you found it, don't slip off of it. So you're going to put your weight on the ball like that, and you're just going to move. You can move side to side just to thread a little bit, just to feel, but once you've got that spot, you just want to go up and down. Now, for some people, this will already be enough. It's already going to be really painful. And if that is the case, then just stay here. When you're doing myofascial release, it's a minimum of 2 minutes. It takes time. That's why no one wants to do it. That's why everyone skips it. That's why everyone has injuries, issues, dehydration, etc. You can put the other leg on top for added pressure if you need. The other thing is, if you move your foot, you flex and point the foot, it's stretching the muscles at the back. So you're going to feel it going deeper into the muscles. When you do this, it's important that you move very, very slowly. Creating change in the fascia is a slow process. You don't want to rush it, and you don't want to damage it in the incorrect way. So we're slowly moving the foot, pointing and flexing, and go back and forth. Now, some people will feel it a lot more at the bottom of the calf. Other people will feel it a lot more at the top. I'm one of the people that feels it here. At the top, for me, there's not much happening. I could stay here forever and it's fine. But lower down, I definitely feel it a lot, so that's where I need to work on. So again, we will be working on this for a minimum of 2 to 5 minutes. For the rest of the video, it will be a follow along at 2 minutes each foot, 2 minutes each calf. So I hope you enjoyed this introduction to myofascial release. Like I said, I will be making more videos about all the different areas of the body that will be for the people in the membership groups. Hope to see you there. Much love.